you were. Anyone for whom Rome is defined by its light could not be expected to work in a world as dry as the British law courts. "Thank you, Guido," Cesca said, raising her glass to him. "I'll drink to that." Everyone joined her, draining the grappa and sitting back in their seats with relaxed smiles. It was the tail end of another beautiful night, the hot air drooping like sleepy eyelids, the scent of jasmine like a powder that dusted the sky. They had feasted well on courses of pasta and fish, every table in the courtyard restaurant occupied. It was after 10, but that was early still for Rome. Early, usually, for her too these days. "So what now? Shall we go to Zizi?" Ale asked, leaning back in her chair and pulling her black hair up into a ponytail, her slim, bare arms on display in her khaki vest. "They've got that band playing tonight. You know, the one we saw at Rock in Roma in June." "With the hot lead singer?" Matteo asked, looking interested, as he always was when an attractive woman was involved. "Well, I thought he was hot," Ale laughed, letting her hair tumble down to her shoulders. "But I'll be honest, I didn't think beards were your thing." Everyone chuckled, Matteo dropping his head as a couple of napkins were thrown his way. "I thought you were talking about—" "I know, those three sisters." "I'm up for Titi," Guido said. Beards were his thing. "Well, you'll have to count me out, I'm afraid," Cesca said, reaching down for her bag by her feet. "I've got a group booked for 6, so it's up at 5 for me." "But that's so boring." Ale frowned, watching as Cesca took the bill from the saucer and calculated her share, her lips moving in silence. "Tell me about it," Cesca said a moment later with a roll of her eyes. "Unfortunately, though, that rent's not going to pay itself." Ale tutted. "I can't believe they don't pay you to live in your flat," she quipped, giving a lazy, half-flirtatious smile to the waiter as he came back with another round of digestifs. "Thanks for that. I happen to think it's charming. You should see what the equivalent rent would get you in London. At least here everything's—" Cesca frowned. "How do you say quaint? You know, like small and cute and old." They all translated for her in unison. "Right, so that." She nodded, rifling through her purse, while wishing her Italian could be half as good as their collective English. Perhaps if she had insisted on their speaking only Italian to her, she might have progressed further, but she suspected they wouldn't laugh so often or have half as much fun. "But you said a cockroach ran over your face in your sleep," Ale reminded her with a shudder. "Only the once, and that was in the very first week. I think I've scared them away now." "And the lights flicker when you walk across the room," Matteo added. "And your TV must be the only black and white still in operation in the whole of the country." "The whole of Europe," Guido corrected. Matteo looked across at him. "Exactly." "Plus, it smells of horse," Ale said, wrinkling her nose. "Nothing a scented candle can't fix, and I'll have you know everyone thinks my black and white telly is a design statement, like Guido's craft beer and hipster beard," she added with a grin, before brushing her hand against said beard affectionately, as if Guido was an Irish terrier. She'd never known him without it, couldn't imagine him clean-shaven. It would be like seeing him naked. Besides, it's got a bath in it. "Ugh!" Matteo grimaced. "What is this English obsession with lying in your own dirty water?" "It's comforting. I'd like to see you survive an English winter. At uni, taking a bath was sometimes the only way to get warm." She took a deep breath as she saw their grinning faces watching her, enjoying making her dance. "Besides, it's not like any of you are living in penthouses anyway," she pouted as they collapsed into laughter. "Stay, at least for one more drink," Ale implored. "I really can't," Cesca said, bending down to kiss them all. "I've pushed my luck too many times recently, and you know what I'm like in the mornings." "I wish I did," Matteo chuckled.